Hi, this is Adam Alvarez. I'm selling a Hartke VX3500 combo amp on Craigslist right now, $400 firm. Came to that price because these cabinets usually go for about 200 bucks a piece, and so do the heads. And this head's actually in very good condition. Most of the time you find these with the knobs, everything's kind of broken off. And people will tell you, oh, the contour knob's gone, that's not a big deal. It is a big deal because Hartke heads are very straightforward. All the knobs, just a little bit of change can change your whole sound. But yes, the speakers have been blown on this, but I've replaced them all. They've been reconed. It sounds better than the day I bought it, actually. I am the original owner. I bought it at Sam Ash in 2004, and it's seen a bunch of gigs, a bunch of jams. It's been around with me, and it's a little beat up, but it's still in good condition. Yeah, let me show you. I'll show you the blemishes now. First off, the corner foot here has been cracked off just from loading and unloading. They actually make these. I found these on eBay. They're $11 and I think 9 cents for one of these. So, and obviously the corner's held up fine without it. But if you really felt the necessity to get a new one, they do have them available. If you look down further, this caster has been completely rolled to hell, just from wear and tear. But then again, these casters are like $5 or $6 a piece at Lowe's, and they do work. And I'll show you that these things it does roll, but it is a very noisy. If you can hear that, they're very noisy, very creaky, maybe a little oil, but outside of that, it rolls just fine, and it doesn't affect the sound at all. This amp. If you roll up a little bit, you can see up here that some of the carpeting, like again, wear and tear use, has started to come off, but I glued it back down and it's not going anywhere. Same thing on the back side. If I turn this around, as you can see, you can't even really see it because I glued it down pretty tight. This is on the original Hartke models, the VX500s, because you can see the new ones have a silver faceplate. These ones come in black. This is the original one, so these ones are kind of the test models, and I guess they're a little shoddy made, but I took good care of it, and it's still holding up pretty well. Like I said about, everything on here is still here, which is a miracle, because, try and find one of these in good condition on Craigslist and you're going to have a hard time. Outside of that, that's it for blemishes and cosmetic damages. Plug in and show you how it sounds right now. Let me turn this on for you. Get this thing rolling. These are 4 10-inch speakers, and it's got a tweeter in there as well, but they're paper cones and they have a really nice warm fat sound to come out of them. So if I roll up the tone knob on my bass, it gets nice and clanky too. All that toniness is coming out from a flat EQ. I've got everything pretty much on it flat. Compression knob I had way up, down to 3, get a bit more volume. Compression really comes in handy, especially when I start. Get a nice slap tone out of this thing. So it's still just flat EQ, nothing different with this. Like I said, any little change in this thing can alter your sound. If I roll the tube and roll down the solid, maybe boost the highs on this thing a little more than the EQ. Get volume up. You lose volume, but your tone gets. I don't know if you can hear that. It gets a lot more growl right now with that tube sound. You can easily get a light clanky tone out of this thing. Start rolling everything back. The low bass down, my high bass up even more. Perfect if you want to start tapping. A nice high clank. Perfect for that tapping sound if you really want to use it. It's down, flat, and low, yeah. Yeah, you get pretty much any tone you really want out of this amp. I mean, it does get a little sharp on the high end, but still, it sounds great for your slapping bass. I've been using this Fender on this thing mostly, but I have plugged an Ibanez in there, and Ibanez's tend to be a bit more on the bright side, and it sounded sounded great out of this amp. Yeah, I mean, I can only show you so much. It all depends on your bass too, what you're plugging in on this thing. So if you want to come and demo this, feel free. But I'm just telling you now, it's got a great tone to it, and as you can hear, it's not blown anymore. Yeah, I just want to show you a little bit more of the front panel to give you an idea of like everything's still here, still works fine. Volume. This baby gets super loud. If I were to really wail on this thing, you can get it up really high. It's 350 watts, which may not sound like a lot, but it really pushes out. EQ, on, off. I usually just leave it flat and leave it on. It doesn't matter. Compression knob. Compress, you keep your tone under control a little bit. It's got a tube preamp, which is pretty good. It gets nice and growly. Not as growly as an actual tube amp, but it does a nice job imitating. I usually have it turned down anyways because I like fat sound. It also has a solid state amp, which I obviously keep it up. It's got a contour knob for your low and high bass. And this is really where the money is. This will really determine whether you're going to have a really twanky sounding bass or really fat solid bass. Because the way my bass is set up, I keep the low bass turned down fairly low, just so it doesn't rumble out too much. I don't want a really kind of reggae sound. And the high bass is up, it's high up there. It's up there just so it gets a nice solid punch. All right, showing you. Here's a sticker right here. We're Orange County speaker. They did do work on it. Like I said, the speakers have blown, but they've been reconed, as you heard earlier. Sound great. Power knob. It's your speaker input. This head was built for this cab, so it doesn't give you the option to put another speaker in. It's built for this. But when this blew, I had another cab at home, and I actually took the head out and used it in conjunction with the other cab, and yeah, it sounded great. It's a 4-ohm head, specifically made to go at 4 ohms. So yeah, you should probably keep it in here. It's what I did. What I would recommend for it. Fan, it's turned on right now. You can see the fan works fine. Effects loop. I used to run a rack tuner here on the Korg GTR 1000s. This works fine, and also my other cab isn't that big, so I actually DI'd a lot for when I played other bigger venues like the Whiskey or somewhere up in LA. They'd have to DI me, so I usually came out here through the direct output. So yeah, I'm selling this amp. The price is $400 firm. It's a great amp, but it's taking up space in my home. I'm not using it. I have another head, another cab that I'm using right now, and it's just taking up room. But I'm sorry to see it go, but I don't need it right now. So I'm willing to let it go. $400. It's yours. It's a good amp for smaller or medium-sized venues. I wouldn't really recommend it for an arena or anything like that, but it is a very, very good amp. It's very loud. Great tone. It's portable. You can take it anywhere you want, but it's a wonderful amp, and I hate to see it go. Your lucky buyer gets this $400. Yours.